Good morning, Hollowed Haven family. This is After Dawn, the show where we sit down with the cast, crew, and creators behind Hollowed Haven Studios productions. I'm Solomon, and I'm joined by my co-host, Grizz.
Yeah, what's up, my dude? Yeah, today we'll be covering episode 5, Bad Side, where our group of heroes encountered a mean bitch, a terrible deal, a complicated door puzzle, the world tree, and a well-dressed, velvet-voiced, stormy-eyed, bearded god, and glove compartment snacks. That's always important. And today we are joined by the wonderful Gavin.
Hello.
And Sticker.
Hello.
How are you both doing this fine day?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. How about y'all?
Doing good.
Can't complain.
Pretty good.
Hell yeah. So we I have a question for you both. Just real quick, make sure we're all comfortable, getting ready for this wonderful little conversation. Who has the cutest pet?
That's what you want to start this on?
Yeah.
With war?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna go fighting.
You woke up and chose violence with that question?
Absolutely, I did.
Like, of course I'm gonna say Pele.
And of course, the expected answer for me is to say Ian, but Lucas had the cutest pet.
Ooh,
Shovel, yeah.
You know what?
Hmm.
It'll come back to bite me, but the shovel with the smiley face was pretty cute.
Oh, your dice rolls are going to reflect that answer pretty soon here.
Just a smidgen.
Yeah, I expect I'm gonna get crapped on by a bird anyways, but getting crapped on by a cat might be a little more of a mess.
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah.
But that's my icebreaker, Saul. What you got going? What you thinking?
I would just like to just generally sort of point out something. Y'all aren't very good at making deals, are you?
Rude.
Like there's the fine print, but there wasn't fine print. He said two sentences and you didn't read into either one of them.
There was just the full-on, bold, italicized, and you're just like, yeah, sure.
Well,
triple spaced.
The intellectual among the group was really the deal maker. We're just along for the ride, encouraging them all the way.
Oh, directly under the bus.
Yeah,
throwing
just
them
throw them
right in there.
Hit
we're
them
gonna
with
tell
all the tires.
We're gonna tell them about that.
As you should.
Wait. I don't think we should, actually.
I plead the fifth.
Nope.
I've said nothing. I plead the fifth.
No, you were there too. You were equally as responsible, but you had to say for yourself.
Yeah. I agree with that I was there, but I do not agree.
I did exist in that location.
I was in fact in that location, yes.
Full on straight up. Sounds good to me. Goodness.
Yeah. We make lots of really good decisions as a team so far.
Yeah. I back that.
Just like the very complicated door puzzle that was mentioned earlier. Super duper complicated.
Yeah. Sorry, there's no salt there as the other person who was waiting in that call. Not at all.
We just wanted you to show
sodium.
up in 2 episodes. That's all.
Much obliged.
Of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely salt-free.
But what I will commend the both of you on, and Gary as well, is the immediate backpedaling once you realize that the entity itself even went, nah, you guys fucked up before you left. It was, so what do you mean by what was the question? That's like, when so what do you mean by planting the seeds? Like after you had agreed, no, what was the phrasing? Will anyone be hurt when we plant these seeds? And the entity was like, you didn't ask that, and you already said yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it was clarified that planting the seeds would not be the problem. It's the thing that happens after that.
Yeah, it's what grows out of it.
Yeah.
And the thing you made the deal with is the thing that clarified it. So I'm just like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's
at
like,
that
you didn't
moment.
ask all the questions. You already signed off on it. Can't go back. No backsies.
It turns out you're supposed to find out all the terms of the deal before you agree to it, and that's just not something we had really planned for.
Yeah, like I don't learn stuff like that in vet school, like with Coda. So she's it's a good lesson to learn at the end of the world.
At the end of the world. Whoops, it's all falling apart. I wonder why. Oh, you remember that deal we made like a week ago? Oh, yeah. That would do it.
Turns out the apocalypse doesn't come from, Loki getting free or anything like that.
Nope.
It's just a really bad deal.
But
The worst deal, even.
I am proud of you both, though. Because after Shengo, which we'll probably talk about later, went, this is what you did wrong. I am super proud of Clint for being like, but I'll still make a deal immediately. That was gorgeous.
It was just the perfect setup. I couldn't let it slip away.
No.
Agreed. Like the train of now let's make a deal, then Clint saying yes, and then Coda being no, not again. Because that did like happen at least a couple times during the session too, where Clint was talking to Gwen and it's like, oh, well, let's do this, and Coda's like, no, let's not do this.
It's like, hey, you want to have my number? It's like, no.
She's like, I get it. You're caring, you're loving, but not in this situation.
In
Fuck
all
Gwen.
situations.
Not in my house.
Especially Gwen. She needs the love the most.
She needs something else, but...
So she's not part of the redemption bit, right?
If we can get her to become redeemed, that'd be fine with me. But I highly doubt that that'll actually happen.
Yeah. I don't think Coda... Yeah, no. Coda will have to dig real deep if if she was trying to redeem Gwen.
The deepest.
Yeah, real deep.
Yeah. Well, here's the question for Clint then.
Mm-hmm.
Is he actually trying to help her, or is he just doing it out of like, well, I gave it a shot kind of thing? Or is it like, you know what I mean?
Where's the cutoff point?
Yeah.
Clint is
she's clearly an angry bitch. So like, what point do you go, she's an angry bitch?
Well, Clint is he's very genuine and he's very emotional, and everything that he said to her was very much true and honest and wasn't to try and ulterior motive anything out of it. He is constantly dealing with someone that's already very mean to him, and is of a female persuasion. His mom is not particularly nice, so he's used to that kind of thing. And so seeing as an opportunity to help someone else, maybe shed that meanness or get away from whatever's causing them to have problems, like a thorn in the foot, he's just trying to solve it because he thinks people are genuinely good. They just need a reason, to throw the bad away sometimes.
And to flip that, is Coda going to make an active effort to get him to stop, or are you just letting him go do his thing?
Coda she's not going to try and outright stop him unless she sees he's like in a situation of danger. But for the most part, because she's still, as much as she's working on herself, she still does not trust people and like a lot. Like, and now that, Clint is becoming a part of her circle of people, she's like, no one is going to hurt him. Like he's such a sweet and kind individual. No one's gonna fuck with this guy. Just like Mr. B, she's like, no one's gonna fuck with him. So she'll be like, okay, I'll stand to the side and I won't do anything yet. I won't fly off the cuff. But with Gwen, she was just like, no. She's evil, wicked. She's just gonna play around with you, and that she did exactly that. And she's just like, well, what did I say? So She's not gonna stop him because he's his own person. But if she starts to see he's in danger, she'll kind of be like, "Fuck that! No, I don't care. I'll look like the bad person. No, fuck that person. Fuck that person. Don't talk to them."
But what if we were friends?
Yeah. Right now, Coda's got two big brothers that she's just like, F everyone who tries to do bad to them.
Oh,
It's very sweet.
yes.
Yeah.
I think it comes across that Oliver might be the wisest and oldest of the brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you're the middle child.
Mm-hmm. Everything has to be fair. Everyone should be nice to each other. That's how it's supposed to be as the middle child.
Huh.
No, no.
Wow, you got to get all three of us in here.
Yep. Well, actually, that would have been smart because this is the mid-season episode, isn't it?
Yeah, it's right in the middle.
I don't know.
Termite cut that part out.
Does that work?
No, not at all. So
Never.
we're not questioning anyone's intelligence, not at all. Yeah, but you did bring it up a second ago. Just going straight into the longest part of the episode, not the deal. No.
No, not at all.
Nah.
Why
Yeah.
would the deal, which would require a lot of planning, be the longest part?
Yeah, why would the thing we cut off the last episode to like make sure we had time to take care of and talk about? Nah. The true terror was the door. The gate, sorry. To be clear.
A truly complex puzzle.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we figured that since we didn't do any planning for the deal, we would save all the planning for something else.
That's fair.
Mainly how to get out of the deal we just accepted. Turns out it's not that easy.
No.
Yeah. And I think it's also we realized the immediate effect of leaving the door open or the gates open. We're kind of like, wait, we'll immediately see the bad side of that. So let's put a lot of focus and effort into making sure this one doesn't blow up in our face until next week.
Delayed fuse on this one.
Yes.
I can't wait for it all to bite us in the bottom. We are so messing things up, and I'm so happy for it.
Well, and Saul, here's a question for you. Let's break the system here. As a host, do you find it hard to keep asking questions about the deal? Because at some point, it just feels like we're making fun of the player. You know what I mean? Like, we can't.
I understand what you mean, but no.
All right, continue. By all means, pop off.
Yeah, it's just there's so much to talk about the deal because it's so integral to what they're having to do now.
Yeah,
because now they're basically just chaining labors that they have to handle, and some of which are a lot more just like, oh, these are pretty standard, these are pretty straightforward, and this one they're having to try to find every loophole they could possibly manage.
Only to be informed at the end of that to stop trying to find loopholes because it's a bad idea.
Yeah, we've dug a hole.
We could probably use Lucas's shovel.
Probably.
Well, we don't want to make it deeper, and there's all
we
that
just need to
shovel
dig a
for.
ramp up and out.
Yeah, so I mean, you handled it the best way that you could, right? But well, see, this is what I was talking about a second ago. Yep. Solomon, help me out here. I don't know. I don't even know how to phrase this. So
I mean, go right ahead. You started it.
Okay, cool. So it's like you, what were not even in character. What were your out of game thought process when you finally realized what you'd actually gone through with?
Oh no. Oops. What have I done? That's pretty much it, and then it was back into track of forgetting what I was doing.
Okay.
Pretty similar, actually. It was, I don't think that went well. And then because this is like a big thing for me when we make deals, because I often forget the words as they're being said to me. I'm kind of like, I need to write this down so I don't forget what the terms are. And then my pen ran out of ink. So then I spent the whole rest of the deal looking for a pencil or pen.
Oops.
So I was like, okay. I was like, I can't find a pencil or a pen. So I sat and I was just like, okay. And I think there's one point where Coda is just like, okay, so like, what's happening here? Because that's when we get like, when we got pulled together and Oliver was like, okay, let's make a vote. And in my head, I'm like, okay, so she wants us to like plant a piece of her on the upper ground on like the living world. I'm like, that's good, so we can like keep visiting it and we can like show respect and stuff. So that's what my brain was thinking, because that's what Coda was saying, like, okay, we'll take a piece of whatever and put it up there and we can respect it, we can like, you know, show like remembrance and whatever, and then we'll show you a little bit of what's been happening down here. So I was like, oh, she probably wants the gate open so she can like walk, or they can walk and see how the rest of the underworld looks like, because then they can, you know, see what the world has changed into. So my brain was like, okay, this is good, but I think she's a little bit dangerous. So how can we like work around this? And then I was like, but honestly, like they're not really giving us any way out. So I was like, and I don't think we can fight both of them right now. So I was like, you know, I guess we'll say yes and deal with the outcome. And then I heard the actual terms of the deal, and I was like, oh no. So now I have a cup of pencils and pens next to my desk.
Hey, that's called growth.
Yeah.
For both the
can-
players and the characters.
We did it.
I'm so upset.
Okay, so thank you for that, both of you, because that was really enlightening. Because I was like, you all were sitting there listening too. I mean, there's making a deal in character, but like, yeah, no. Thank you for answering.
Yeah, it for sure had a lot to do with we don't think we can take on Gwen and a big scary monster. Maybe we should find a nonviolent solution. That deal was pretty violent in the end.
Yeah.
Not directly, but
And it was like taking on this entity in their zone, which like I believe Clint had already gotten hurt by one of the creatures that this thing, you know, the last breath, I think that's what they're called, or I don't know. Yeah, so I was kind of like, oh, all right, we already kind of had a run in with them, and like it went well because we went off, but at the same time, that could be the creatures now, this entity, and Gwen. I don't know if this is a good idea. And also, we are slowly having our souls die while we're in here. So I don't know if this is a good idea. So I'm like, you know, let's just make a deal and get out of here. And, well, the rest is history.
I'm sure everything will work out just fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
You're welcome. Oh, God.
Yeah.
So, I have a question.
Mhm.
Hey, Coda,
Yep.
what do you think it's going to be like when your mom hears about the deal you made?
Oh yeah, yeah, you know. concerning. Very. Because she's been told to think, and Coda did think, but she just didn't think enough, And then she did also try to egg on Gwen a little bit as well. So she's still learning. She's still learning. I don't think Basette's gonna be happy. I'll admit. But hey, are parents always happy with their kids? No. 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 It'll be all right.
According to Clint's mom, no, they're rarely ever happy.
Yeah, Coda's really starting to think this. What's the point of having parents if they're going to be upset with you?
Never mind that they're trying to teach us and guide us along the path of our great and powerful abilities, or letting us know the responsibilities that come with them. As soon as they get mad, we get scared and flighty.
Yeah, what's the point? Just kidding. I take all of that back. I love Bastet so much.
I hope it's lethally. We're leaving it in. Termite, take off the last part.
Nope.
I'll tell Bastet.
Said your cat wasn't the cutest, and you ain't digging on Bastet. I mean, your dice
rolled. No. Take all of that away. Hi, Termite. Just cut that.
Nope. So, yeah, I guess my thing for the both of you is, again, just a deep appreciation for when you realized when everything went wrong and the amount of effort you took to backpedal when you realized you couldn't actually backpedal. All right, so we need to open this door, but wait for it without actually opening the door. Let's see how we do this.
If I recall, the words were, we have to leave the gate unlocked and then leave it alone, which we did everything before we unlocked the gate, which I'm not sure counts, but we tried.
Yeah, that leave it alone part. Don't recall it.
Really?
Yeah.
If only you had a pencil.
Couldn't imagine.
Only I had a pencil. I'm so upset.
Maybe we should spend some experience and get the eidetic memory or something just to perfectly recall every term of the deal.
Honestly, that sounds like a great idea if that's a thing.
I believe there is a knack for that.
Oh, it's probably an intelligence.
It is indeed, I believe.
Oh.
It is perfect memory.
Messages are local intelligent.
The singular brain, the one brain cell of the band.
Maybe I should get that though. That's a good idea. You've given me 2 good ideas for next during this call.
I mean, whenever I'm starting from a very low number in intelligence, it's just very cheap to upgrade, thankfully.
It's true.
That's good to hear. And then just the... All right, I think it's good. But so, in one of the chats that we have, I even put the post where it's like, even after, well, actually, let's rewind for a second. There he was, Clint Brazos, by himself, with only a spear in hand, and there was 30 radioactive zombies in front of him. And you were completely ready to take all those on, weren't you?
Oh, yeah. I had honestly not even thought about retreat as an option. It was just forward or nowhere.
Oh my god.
And then someone had mentioned it, offhandedly. And I took that because it seemed like a smarter choice.
Yeah, I was like, oh, he's not gonna fight those. He's just gonna like climb over. And then I heard you preparing to fight, and I was just like, oh, let's get there quick.
Even sent out the bird trying to get all my warrior friends over.
Cannot.
It was not the wisest of decisions. But hey, we closed the door. And nobody's died yet.
That's not true.
A lot of people died of our crew, current crew. We haven't died yet.
Oh, okay. So we're just all right. Fine. All right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Shortening the goalpost. No, I get it.
Yeah, I have to keep moving them.
Alrighty. Well, I think that it's time for us to go ahead and open up the questions for spilling the tea. Y'all got any questions for each other, for us, for people down the line, perhaps?
Yeah, Clint.
Yeah.
Or I guess Gavin. I'm
It
gonna
can
keep
be either
switching.
one. What do you need?
Coda wants to know, why is Clint so nice? She doesn't trust it, but she also does, but she doesn't trust it.
Because his mom is the opposite. He is very much the antithesis of a Scion of the Morgan, while still fitting just barely into the niche of a combat monster. He just really wants the best for people. He comes from a background where he's not, the brightest of people, so he's had to rely on friends to make better decisions for him. He's a very much manual labor job before he became a Scion, tossing garbage bags into the back of a truck. So he's just a very down to earth, doesn't really have much going on in the background. So as soon as he got the opportunity to become something bigger and better, it was that, reading too many Spider-Man comics as a kid, that with great power comes great responsibility, mixed with, I wish my mom loved me. And I'm sure she does, but the
Yikes.
way she shows it and the way that he seeks out that affection is entirely different.
Wow, yeah, Coda's the opposite of that.
Mhm.
Yeah, no. But
Yeah,
yeah.
Clinton mentioned, sometimes I lash out too. He rarely ever lashes out.
I was gonna say, Lash, what? Him? What?
Yeah, when?
Almost never. You'd have to be mean to his friends for him to get mean.
That's interesting. Okay.
I'm sure if he knew a little bit more about Gwen's background and the interactions with the party, he would have been a little less open to trying to help her and encourage her growth as a person, and make better choices. Because he's just not aware of the history going on there. He doesn't know just what crazy things have happened before.
Yeah, and I think that's something Coda went through in the episode when she's just like, no, like, why do you want to be nice to this evil witch of a person?
It's
And
like,
then
don't do
she's
it.
yeah, and then she's like, oh right, because he probably hasn't ever interacted with her. And then she was like, well, let me at least try to protect him from it. And then Gwen did what Gwen does, and then was like, well, I guess now he knows.
Sometimes you gotta play. You gotta you gotta play stupid games and win those stupid prizes.
Yeah.
And has he learned his lesson?
Probably not.
We'll
No.
find out, but probably not. No.
Yeah, and Coda's just like, well, at least he got like that from her, and not like the surprise attack that we ran into in season 1. But she's like, okay, well, at least he knows some of the tricks that's up her sleeves. And he
Yeah.
was able to do it right back too.
Well, yeah, he initiated it, right? Like, here, have this encouragement, and even better, I'll always be around, so you can always be encouraged. And whoo, that got flipped back on him in a bad way.
Yeah, I got that backfired nicely.
Yeah.
I did not know she could do that.
And now you do.
Indeed.
And everything's still terrible.
Thankfully, I went through all of my willpower just playing the game. So that won't last too much longer. But as soon as we run into her again, I'm sure Clint's gonna have some choice words about, making his friends seem a little scarier to him. It's not very nice.
One might say it's a little bit mean.
Just a little.
My other question for you, Clint.
Sure, yeah.
Did you choose your weapon?
In character, no. Out of character, oh yeah, 100%. I had this idea, this thought of just, a toothpick is a good character accessory. It changes the silhouette just a tiny bit, and it gives him something to hold, something to put between his lips, something to just chill with, maybe use as a conversation enhancer by waving it around. I was like, but he also needs a weapon. Why not make the same thing? And I kind of poked around, looked at the different things that are important to the Tuatha, which spears are apparently a very important part of Celtic warrior history and mythology as well. So I thought it was just a little too fitting not to use it.
It's understandable.
10 out of 10.
Thank you.
And it's very versatile, because when you used it as a pole vault, I was like, that's sick. That makes me think of what is it, Dragon Ball? In Dragon Ball, Goku's little stick that he could use, well, not his staff, that he just uses for so many different reasons. I'm like, oh, this is sick.
Doesn't Goku's staff grow in size too?
Yeah, it does.
It's based off of Sun Wukong staff, which is the same shit.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So when you were like, I'm gonna use it as a pole vault, I was like, yes. Love that.
All right, I've got a question for you, Sticker.
Yes.
What would it take to become Gwen's friend, if at all?
From Coda?
Yeah.
Whoa, Lord.
Because
a lot
I know
of people
there's a
becoming
lot of
really
history.
cool with a lot of things very quickly.
Total ego rewrite.
Is there wiggle room?
Honestly, I don't know, because it was already a lot for her. Okay, here's what I'm going to say. It was a lot for her for Stefan. And Stefan? How do we say? Yes.
That guy.
That guy. I never remember if it's Stefan or Stefan because of the way it's spelled but not spelled. But that was already a lot for her. And she's like, I'm taking steps towards, taking in strays, but also giving people a second chance, and people should be able to redeem themselves. But she's like, but at what point does someone deserve to be able to redeem themselves? And she's saw it in Stefan. But for Gwen, I think she would just need to know more about why is she doing the things she's doing.
Why are you like this?
Yeah, why are you like this? Who hurt you? Why are you like this? Because, her background, because she was in foster home, and then got taken in by her grandma, who wasn't the best to her, and all this stuff. And, well, court and yada, 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 other things she had to go through. And she's oftentimes people looked at her as a troublemaker when they just didn't hear the whole story or get the full picture. So she's like, I mean, while this lady is actively trying to kill us and has definitely killed many others, what is her story? But I think if she gets a little bit more information on Gwen, she can start the process of seeing if she could see redemption in Gwen. Friends, that's not even like a thought in her mind right now. Even with Stefan, she's kind of like, I mean, I'm holding your name, but like, I don't know if we're going to be buddies. But she's trying to be like, keep your chin up, champ. Okay, goodbye. You can do it. Think about all the horrible things you did. Okay. She's like, goodbye now.
She sounds like she wants the penance stare.
Yes. Yeah. So Glenn, I don't know. Glenn friendship, I don't know. But to start to see deeper into Gwen, she needs to know who hurt her and why is she doing the things she's doing and can she be redeemed? So yeah. That's a great question.
Yeah, for sure. Now that we've been to an airport twice, how cool is it that we can just slip through security like nothing?
So cool. I wish I had that.
Right?
In game, TSA officer listening. In game.
Yes, in game. At the table.
And it just throws away paper.
I wish.
Oh, do either one of you have any questions for me? Because because I'm a guest host.
Yeah, we do got someone here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm afraid to find out too much before the next session, but did you choose Shango or was that chosen for you?
So, this isn't revealing a lot. BP knew that she wanted the Loa at some point during the season or the next, because the Loa could have shown up in the last one, as she said, in the behind the scenes episode that you can find out on Halohaven Studios at patreon.com. I'm not even
Nice
hiding
plug.
the plug. Yeah, thank you.
Very slipped it in there naturally.
Yeah, just that's what's happening. So she wanted someone to play the Loa, and I think she may have had somebody who can't make it to the show in mind, but she was like, Grizz, are you available on Fridays? I was like, do you need me on Fridays? Yeah, okay, yeah, sure. What do you got? This person. Sure, Shango, you got it. I think there was another option, but I'm not going to say what it was.
Fair, yeah.
Yeah. But no, like Shango. And I read up on him and went, yeah, that's my shit.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So with the 30 minutes of time that you actually had to play with us and set up Shango as a character, what was pure improv and what did you actually have planned?
The act of getting you on the plane was planned. What it took to get you there was a lot of DMing between me and BP about what I could say and what I couldn't at that moment. The rest of it was me just being like, get in the car, bitches. We're doing some tasks for some gods. Yeah.
Get in the car, losers. We're going laboring.
Yeah. But like what he looked like was improv because I didn't really think about it until the session started. How he handled his Scions wasn't as improv because I had a really good idea of where to go with it, because the Loa and especially Shango are always very involved with the world and very involved with their children. It's all about family. So for me and interacting with you guys and developing this whole point of like, this is a god of justice who's all about family, and the way you guys have been treated, which I think you kind of more or less said was like, this ain't right what you guys are going through. So, and especially being sent to the dankest places in the bottom of the freaking Japanese underworld is not okay with them either. Like, that's just, also you climbed the world tree to get out. That's fucked up.
Now, to be fair, they probably had other avenues, but they were like, nah.
Oh, I'll save that for the next
no.
effort on, because I'm not even going down that road right now.
Could have gone down a graveyard. Could have tried to find a boulder. No, we'll climb the great tree.
Listen, if they want to hear about my immediate reactions to all of your other options, they can go to Hallowhaven Studios at patreon.com to listen to the behind the scenes. And then they'll hear my actual reaction to all of that. But it was a little bit involved. The things I actually have planned for y'all will be next episode, so I can't say more than that.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I can't wait. I'm really excited to see Coda interact with Shango, although, she might be a little rude, even though she doesn't mean to. I think she can learn a lot from Shango. Hopefully.
Possibly.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think I had someone DM me and be like, my biggest clue into what Shango is really about was that he had snacks in the glove compartment of a rental car. Yeah, like I'm feeding these children was like his entire goal, getting in that car. So that just says a lot about him. Any other questions to yourselves or to your hosts?
Not to y'all, but I do have a question at large, and that is, when are we having the pet-only episode? When are we going to have the familiars all get together and go on a heist or something?
So magical pets, but in the world of Scion.
Yeah. I'll do magical pets again.
Somewhere, an individual known as Legacy sneezes. So you know exactly what I mean. They would be extremely hyped to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Termite might have already called Ian as well, so I'll have to figure out something else.
Oh no, the players are gonna watch.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Excellent. There we go.
Yeah, the players are gonna watch and see what happens.
I have a question actually for Shango.
Of course.
What do you think was his first impressions of our group so far? Like each character.
Individually off the rip?
Yeah, off the rip.
Well, attentive and disconcerting for Coda because you actually said the least, but he could also tell that you were paying the most attention. Clint's adorable. Oh, look at this cutie. Oh, thanks. Yeah, you too. Like, if that doesn't read you into so much about a person so fast, I don't. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah.
Look, I'll take a compliment anywhere I can.
Oliver is, from Shango's eyes, a little overwhelmed at the moment. But willing to listen and learn, which still says a lot. Says a lot about him. Means he's still got a level head despite everything that's going on. Not that all of you don't have a level head, but these are immediate first reactions because Oliver was asking the most legitimate questions. Coda wasn't saying anything. Was watching Shango the whole time, and Clint was. It wasn't that he wasn't asking any questions. It was more of like either parroting or confirming what Shango was saying after he said it in a way. Well, which means he just wants a deeper understanding to help figure out. So yeah, Clint was parroting and confirming with himself so he can better understand how to help everybody else, and that's kind of who Clint is. And Clint's literally a caretaker, so that makes sense.
Exactly.
Yeah. So those are his first impressions of everybody.
Pretty spot on, it sounds like.
Yeah, honestly.
It's like I've been doing this roleplay thing for a while. Yeah.
Who could imagine?
A couple of days.
Here or there. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and everything I just said is gonna come into play very soon. So
can't wait.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna take you all to Waffle House.
Oh God! I thought you said he cared about people.
Hey, the fuck?
Hey,
We're
Waffle House
sponsored
is
by Waffle House. We can go to get the 3 waffle deal for $5.99. Come on down to Waffle House and you can. All right.
And get
no,
into another
Waffle.
fight.
Yeah, Waffle House is good for dinner and a show. You know, you go, you eat your food, you watch people fight in the parking lot, you go home if you're lucky.
Yeah, every time.
If you're lucky.
So I have a question for you both.
Mhm.
Actually, it's a favor to ask for you both, and this is, I need you to really dig deep, and find it within yourself to explain to me and to the audience what your character's favorite fast food chain is and why.
Whew, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to think about that.
So I actually have an answer for this, oddly enough.
Cool.
It's Brahms, which I'm not sure people outside of Texas or even outside of Dallas would know what it is. But Brahms is like a burger joint and an ice cream joint smashed together with like a convenience store, grocery store mixed in.
Jesus.
And the best part is you can get literally a bag of burgers. Like there's 10 burgers in there for like $5. It is horrible for you, but it tastes so good.
All right.
That sounds like peak Texas. So yeah, I believe it.
Yep. It's right up there with Whataburger. Whataburger being, you know, higher quality, more of a good or not really char grilled, an iron grilled steak. And, you know, it's good food. Brahms is just calories. Fill you up, get you going. Do you forget to buy milk at the store? We got milk in the store. You feeling lazy? Go down to Brahms, get everything you need. Not a sponsor.
I have been to Brahms, and I think if Coda went to Brahms, she would find it heaven. I'm gonna say my brain is thinking Wendy's because Coda initially not coming from money was like, what's the most food I could get for the cheapest? So she's always like, okay, if I go to Wendy's, I can get a 4 for $4 or the $5 biggie bag. But if I have $20, I can get at least five $5 biggie bags, which gives me 20 chicken nuggets, 5 burgers or 5 chicken sandwiches, a whole bunch of fries, 5 drinks, and I can use those drinks and break them up over the week, and I can have a lot of food for the week. And obviously toaster strudels. And also, if you get the nice little Frosty tag, you could get free Frosties. So she's like, of course I get the Frosty tags because also you donate money towards getting books for kids. So she's like, so I'm helping, but also they're helping me because on days that I really can't eat, then I'll just get a Frosty, you know? Like, and that's nice during those days where you just want a treat. So you get a free Frosty. So I think she's going to say Wendy's.
This lesson on broke college math brought to you by
No, absolutely. I was like, at some point I'm like, you have like a stash of ramen in this description of this character. Like you just have like an entire cupboard full of like 50 different flavors of ramen for like $1.
He does.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, feel that.
Yeah. And toaster strudels are her comfort food.
What flavor of toaster strudel though?
Strawberry.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Basic.
Classic.
But good.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a flavor I don't like of toaster strudel though.
Me, Sam / Sticker, I despise toaster strudels. I think they're so disgusting.
I love toaster strudels. Well,
yeah.
I don't like what they are now. For the world, I don't like what they are now. What they were like twice the size and tasted better. Now they're like, yeah.
They've changed?
Yeah, they for sure have changed. The frosting is the only thing that's been consistent. As someone,
because you probably got a vat of it.
Yeah. Well, no, it's the same amount of frosting, but as someone who has like 10 nieces and nephews right now, like sometimes you don't want to cook for them, and toaster strudels are your go-to. Either that or Eggos. Like also Eggos have changed. And it doesn't taste the same.
They've shrank.
Oh yeah, they absolutely have shrank. Either
you gotta
that
get
or
the Belgian waffles.
What we were just talking about broke ass college student for? Like what? That was like a whole.
Yeah, well, it's because Eggo now has Belgian waffles, and they're like super thick and fluffy, and they are like the size of 2 regular Eggo waffles.
But it's the same price per box.
I would have to double check because those are the only ones I get now, but they come in big boxes, so I get the big boxes. Anyways.
No, this is all important. This is everyone. This all has to do with Scion Apotheosis. Sneak peeks. Eggos will become important later.
This is just Coda's food math, to be honest.
That's true.
Speaking of food map, the upcoming task of making Texas barbecue for everyone's going to be a good time.
Just downtime is going to be nice. Mm-hmm. And texting back net. Oh.
Saul, any questions for work?
I was actually wondering about that. So that text with a net.
There you go.
Yeah.
I just actually have a question. Do you is putting Coda through the ringer with her relationship with Annette like intentional? Like Termite like when we've talked to Termite before, she has said that her characters are her trauma puppets that she puts through the ringer for shits and giggles.
Mm-hmm.
Is that intentional, or is that just like, oh shit?
It's not intentional. It's really not. I tried to tap into what Coda would do in that moment, and when she still said Net's name to Yukiko, it was fully just a moment of panic because she was just like, well, why does this person want to know? Like, how do I get her number? And then she's like, okay, but Net told me not to say that she got it from her. But then she's like, okay, but why did Net not want me to let her know that I know? Like, were they like in a relationship together? Not that I have a problem with that or anything. And then the person, I think at some point she was just like, it was Net. And then she's like, oh, shit. Yeah, but the response from Net was like, ooh.
Somebody in 12.
Yeah, that has actually been my journal, has been Coda retyping and erasing her response that she's trying to send to Net. Because she's like, I don't know what to say.
You may not know what to say, but you know what's going to happen if you don't say something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so she's just like, she keeps writing and then keeps erasing. And that's going to be my journal.
I mean, to be fair, there are 2 party members that have, well, technically 3. You know what? Gavin, here's a question.
Yeah.
You left behind somebody in Ireland.
Lou?
Well, no. The person you slept with, and it wasn't Lou.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, that's cold. Oh, yeah, I did do that.
Yikes.
I didn't think about it that
Clint, god damn it.
Well, we have... Clint and I have very good powers of bad memory.
I have a superpower of not remembering until you told me.
Yeah.
All right, well, yeah, okay. I guess I was going to say, like, all of you have someone to maybe text or get back to, but...
I don't believe they actually exchanged phone numbers. So it's the interesting part. They had that lovely time and had a great night together. And then after that, he, went on an adventure.
You dipped. You straight up dipped.
Clint may be the father of children that he has no clue about is the problem.
Wow.
Damn.
Shit.
He's not all good. There are some flaws over there.
The cycle continues.
He's not trying to be bad. It's just he's not very good at not fucking things up a little bit.
There you go. If there's a plan, he'll find a way to fuck it up.
But no, we have 2 members of the band that need to make some phone calls or text messages. So this could be interesting.
Relationship problems.
Yeah.
Rip.
Well, one has a relationship problem. The other one needs to actually continue to form the relationship to have the problem.
Yeah.
Which is the problem. Oh, boy. Oliver. Buddy.
It's all right.
Oliver, help.
Oh, pumpkin. Oh, muffin, no. Any other questions? Or do you have questions for your fellow cast member? Or for BP? Or for the world?
BP, why is Morgan so mean?
Because in the whole story, she's kind of a frigid bitch.
Yeah.
Once in a while, she's just down to fuck. Apparently, that's like the weirdest part about it.
I mean,
I
I feel
mean, you can still be mean, but you're just like, well, you know what?
It has been a while, said the Morgan.
that.
It had been 20 minutes.
Outside of that, I don't have any questions that pop to mind over here.
Same. Yeah, no, same.
What do people want to see? What is the big thing that people are excited for, I guess? Let us know. Get in the comments.
You're not Brennan Lee Mulligan.
You're right. I'm not. I don't know enough about birds.
That man knows a shocking amount about birds.
Yeah, that's insane.
It is a terrifying amount of birds. All right, but if that's it, Mr. Solomon, bring us home.
Gladly. That is it for After Dawn today.
Finally.
Damn it.
I've been waiting for an hour.
Termite's gonna murder us. This has been After Dawn. Thank you all so much for listening in. Feel free to enjoy the episode in 1 month if you're just listening in on YouTube. But if you are at the $5 plus tier on Patreon, you get these a month early. These will be coming out on Thursday of the week that they're recorded. So feel free to think about joining us on Patreon so that way you can keep up to date with your talk news for Hallowed Haven Studios productions.
That's Hallowed Haven Studios at patreon.com. Hallowed Haven Studios at patreon.com.
That it is.
Hallowed Haven Studios at patreon.com.
Hallowed Haven Studios at patreon.com.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.